Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, Data had a beard.
Yes, he did.
He had a beard.
That wasn't the bulk of the episode, but he had a beard.
Yeah. I wish he had it for longer. It might actually have made the last episode kind of good.
Yeah.
But today we're watching an episode called Unnatural Selection.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That could mean a lot of things.
I suppose anything could be unnatural in Star Trek.
Yeah, actually.
Although, then I guess that begs the question, what is natural in Star Trek? Because there is, despite the fact that we've watched 5.5 whole seasons of this franchise and 6 movies, I think, I still think there are, like, big swaths of the world we don't know things about. So, like, when like for instance, there was that episode last season where they were, like, talking about, like, a cold and, like, how getting a cold is weird. And I'm like, oh, wait, shit, yeah, that was something that was just, like, never brought up before in Star Trek. We don't know how common colds are, you know?
Apparently uncommon, yes.
Exactly, yeah. So, I don't know, something to think about, but I guess we'll find out. We're gonna get into post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch Unnatural Selection. On some level, it is comforting to know that as Gene Roddenberry had to approve this episode, he was finally facing his worst fear, approving it as an old man. Because we're doing the Deadly Years again! We're doing the Deadly Years again for the millionth fucking time. We had reversed Deadly Years last season with Too Short a Season, which is the guy getting younger as he went along. But this is the Deadly Years again. And it's actually worse. It's worse. I understand we're still in Roddenberry-era Star Trek, but what is this franchise's fascination with the most horrifying thing you can possibly imagine being just getting old, growing up, doing what every human in existence fucking does? Like, it's breaking my brain.
I think the harsher sentiment that Star Trek always seems to do is that you just lose value as you get older.
Yes, like, I just... Okay, I also really wish, as a big Kate Pulaski fan at this point of the show, I know I've only known her for 7 episodes, and she hasn't even been in some of them, but
that's fair.
As a big fan of the character so far, I really wish an episode that was focused on her a lot just had more to do, had more to say, than just old people bad again.
All we learned all we learned new is that she is a fan of Picard as a Starfleet commander.
Yeah, which I was gonna say. So there were earlier scenes in the episode where I said these characters feel kind of out of character. Picard and Pulaski have a number of scenes together early on where they're debating about the virus that has taken over the medical station. Was it India?
No, that's where they're going.
That's where they're going. Sorry, what was the other one? I can't think of the name of the other station. But they're debating about this and about the virus and it's how contagious it is, etc. And in these debates, they feel kind of out of character. Picard in particular, but also again Picard in within the show that we've seen so far has kind of fluctuated as a character in general.
Yeah, he's amazingly not in character half the time. Or I don't know what side is supposed to be his characterization consistently.
But I almost justified those weird scenes to myself by saying that these are 2 characters that have grown up separately in Starfleet. Patrick Stewart and Diana Muldaur as actors, and I would assume their characters as well, being roughly around the same age. And so, given that they are both let's say relatively well-achieved officers in Starfleet, they are now put in this position together where these 2 people that developed on their own have advanced so far in Starfleet and are of a slightly raised age, let's say.
Yeah, sure.
Now they're kind of butting heads as these 2 really strong-willed people that haven't met each other before. But then there comes that revelation later where they say that Pulaski looked up to Picard, and so now that actually feels even more out of character with that information that this very same episode provides. It's so weird. It felt so off. And also, I did make a note. My note literally says, "Does Patrick Stewart hate this episode?" I think he does. I
think you could start actively seeing him going like, "This is my show. This is what I do.
Yeah,
these are my lines."
Like, I still have no real preference of one captain over the other, but at least I will say, when William Shatner wasn't into a script, he was still giving 110%. That man was trying everything and throwing everything at the wall. Patrick Stewart, if he doesn't like a script, he will let you know.
Yeah.
He will show you.
It's pretty obvious the times Patrick Stewart has not liked the script for the show.
Yeah, no more obvious, I think, than this episode, which, if it hasn't been apparent up to this point, we did not like this episode.
Yeah, we didn't verbally say those exact words.
It's not good. It's not a good episode. God, there's the weird thing with the test tube kids.
That everyone on like this medical station that like where they were grown, engineered, created.
Yeah, they're test tube babies.
Like all of them, all of those words. When all of that happened, all of the people in the medical station are like, "Isn't this great? We're engineering humanity."
Yeah,
and everyone else is like, yeah.
And the episode doesn't really want to wrestle with the fact that everyone on the Enterprise is really weirded out by this, like, rightfully weirded out by this weird experiment they've done. We really are getting close, I guess, to the 90s, with World War III and Star Trek and our eugenics war, because we're on the way there. Oh man, it's rough. It's really, really rough. Oh man. Also, I think like Dr. Pulaski, in addition to being just out of character in general, adding on to that, she kind of figures out the episode late. Like, I feel like the audience the entire time is just way ahead of what the rest of the script is doing.
Oh, yeah.
The second you get the idea of telepathic test tube babies, everything in the episode becomes so obvious. Of course they're the cause of the virus. Of course that is the entire reason that this station is aging to death. Like, Pulaski figures it out about like 10 minutes later. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's almost really obvious. It's almost immediately obvious when like they transport one directly into the medical wing, and Deanna Troi, she like immediately can sense it. She's like, holy shit, there is like a really strong personality in there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so he's the thing then. Okay.
Yeah. Also, just want to call it Star Trek being really bad at this in general. We called it out back when Nichelle Nichols had her old makeup on back at TOS. Gene Roddenberry, I'm guessing it's Gene Roddenberry, must think that everyone just looks terrible when they get old. Because Nichelle Nichols looked fabulous in her old age. Diana Monar, I looked it up, still looks fucking fantastic these days. Like, what is happening? What do we think happens when people get old? Do you just lose the ability to still look nice? Like, is that what they think? Like, oh my god.
It's weirdly persistent in Star Trek.
And then this episode has the fucking gall to actually try to have a profound ending, which would be fucking profound if the rest of the episode didn't fucking suck. In that, there's this great monologue from Pulaski that is culminating in the Landry, right? That was the name of the ship.
Yeah, like, that's the inciting incident.
Yes, they find this other ship where people have aged to death. It's very much, oh god, the opening of the Doomsday Machine, I thought, where they find the crew of dead people.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. But, a striking opening, if not for the whole the age to death. That means Deadly Years again. Which again, also the Deadly Years is an episode we like. We liked when we first watched it, but every time they do it again afterwards, I just keep thinking,
it's just Deadly Years.
Do I actually like the Deadly Years if the concept of doing the Deadly Years again fills me with dread?
Yeah, that's totally fair.
You know, like if someone was like, "We're gonna do the Doomsday Machine again," I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, give me the Doomsday Machine again," you know? Like,
such a good episode.
I wouldn't really care, you know? But yeah, it annoys me. It fills me with dread. And again, yeah, it would be a great ending if not for the fact that the episode sucked in general. They blow up the USS Landry, and killing those dead people on board. I mean,
killing those dead people on board.
That's a quote. No, setting off those people that died on that ship. In a moment that everyone on the bridge honors. And again, it would be really profound if the episode wanted to say anything more than old people bad. So
yeah, absolutely.
That was that. Oh god. All right. We're going to move on from this next time. Be sure to join us next time when we continue Star Trek The Next Generation. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
Jacob.
Goodbye.